Cops kill black boy's parents. Dog protected toddler, but now they live on the street. Jalen was just 9 years old when his world was destroyed. He had grown up in a tiny house on the edge of town. His parents, Marcus and Denise, were simple people, market vendors, selling fruit and handmade crafts. They didn't have much, but they had love. Every night, they sat down together for dinner. Laughed. Talked about dreams. Held each other close. And always by Jalen's side? Rex. A big German shepherd, loyal and protective. His best friend since the day he could walk. That night. It happened without warning. Loud bangs on the door. Police. Yelling. Accusing. Jalen's mother screamed. His father tried to explain, but they weren't listening. Gunshots. Everything went black. Jalen cowered in a corner. One of the cops raised his weapon toward him. But Rex leapt. Snarling. Biting. Fighting to protect his boy. The officers backed off. Spat curses. Let's go. Leave the mutt and the kid. And they vanished. Leaving Jalen alone. Orphaned. Broken. The streets. Jalen couldn't stay in that house. Every room echoed with memories too painful to breathe through. So he left. With nothing but a backpack and Rex by his side. They lived on the streets. Nights were cold, but Rex kept him warm, curling around him in doorways and alleys. Days were harder, but Rex guarded him fiercely. And when Jalen cried, Rex would nuzzle him gently, reminding him he wasn't alone. Weeks turned into months. Jalen and Rex survived on scraps, kindness from strangers, and sheer will. But one chilly afternoon in the park, everything changed. A man in a dark coat, silver hair, and kind eyes stopped in front of them. Rex immediately stood between Jalen and the stranger, growling softly. The man crouched down slowly, hands open. He's protective. Good boy. Jalen pulled Rex back, heart pounding. We're not begging, sir. The man smiled gently. I didn't think you were. I'm Martin Reynolds, and that dog of yours? He's got champion blood. Jalen blinked. Champion blood? Martin nodded. I run dog competitions, shows, agility events, obedience trials. I've seen thousands of dogs, but never one with presence like his. Jalen's stomach twisted. We're not selling him. Martin chuckled. I'm not here to buy him. I'm here to offer you both something. The opportunity. Martin explained. He could train Rex. Enter him in competitions. All the winnings? Jalen's. Jalen hesitated. Why would you help us? Martin's face softened. I was that boy once. Alone. Except I didn't have a Rex. Jalen swallowed hard. He looked down at Rex, who gazed up at him with trust. Okay. But I stay with him. Everywhere. Martin smiled. That's exactly how it should be. The beginning of something great. Training was hard. Long hours. Endless drills. But Rex was a natural. Soon, they entered their first show. They won. Then another. And another. Prize money rolled in. Enough for warm clothes. Enough for shelter. Enough to dream again. People started noticing the boy with the fierce dog and soft heart. Jalen and Rex became a team the world couldn't ignore. Years passed. What started as survival turned into a story that inspired thousands. Jalen and Rex became local legends, the boy and his dog who came from nothing, winning competitions against the wealthiest, most trained teams. Rex brought in more than prize money. He brought opportunities. Martin helped Jalen set up his first business. A training academy for service dogs, therapy dogs, and rescue dogs. Every dog deserves purpose. Every kid deserves hope, Jalen would say at ribbon cuttings and events. Time catches up. Rex got older. His muzzle turned gray. His steps slower. Jalen knew the day would come. And when it did, it hurt more than words could ever say. They buried Rex beneath the biggest oak tree on the academy grounds. A bronze plaque. REX, the protector, the champion, the heart that never gave up. Jalen sat by that tree for hours, tears falling onto the earth. I hope you know, boy. I wouldn't be here without you. A life built on love and loyalty. The academy flourished. Jalen became a sought-after speaker, telling his story in schools, shelters, and community centers. Not about wealth. Not about business. About love. Loyalty. Second chances. He sponsored dozens of kids from tough backgrounds, giving them opportunities he never had. And every time someone asked what drove him, he'd place a hand on the small tag he wore around his neck, Rex's old collar ID. A dog who believed in me when the world didn't. The final message. One summer afternoon, during a large community event, Jalen stood on stage. He told the crowd. When I was 9, I lost everything, except him. He kept me alive. He gave me hope. And I built my life to honor that loyalty. Because love like that? It never leaves you. The crowd erupted in applause. And somewhere, under that old oak tree, Jalen could almost feel the familiar weight of a warm head against his knee. Epilogue. Jalen never forgot. Not one moment. Not one cold night. Not one wag of that tail. He built an empire on loyalty, compassion, and resilience. But he always said the same thing. It all started with a scared little boy and a dog who refused to leave his side.